guys! Welcome to the Pakyu Show. Mag-start na kami. Hindi. Diyan ka lang, huwag ka alis. Mag-start na kami. Oo. Hindi, teka lang. Wait lang. Magsisimula na. Magsisimula na. This is the Pakyu Show. Huwag ka lang malapit na. Wait lang. Magsisimula na. This is the Pakyu Show. Huwag ka lang malapit na. Wait lang. Teka lang ate, huwag ka makate. Saka lang muna, start na kami. Huwag kang alis, dyan ko ayaw magtamaan. Teka lang malapit na. Kuya, saan ka pupunta? Halika muna dito, huwag kang tanga. Ito na malapit na. Welcome to the Pakyu Show. Ang ina mo, wait lang. Ito na. Ito na malapit na. Ang ina mo, wait lang. Magsisimula na. This is the Pakyu Show. Ito na malapit na. Ang ina mo, wait lang.
Shout out to you. Assemble on your Tony's Brain Court, shout out to you. Mathematics Universe, shout out. Welcome to the Pakyu Show. And Sir Michael G, shout out Sir Michael G. Explore, sweet escape, shout out to you, baby girl. Irene Lick, shout out to you, Irene Lick. And nabasang ako si Sitin Shi 06, ang hirap na pangalan mo, shout out to you. Kasama niya dyan ko nagaling pala. Start tayo. That's all of the models of the Pakyu Show. Psycho Official.
Hello mga Pakyu! Kumusta kayo? Ito si Cypro again, ang nagsasabing kung kaya ng iba, pwede pagawa mo sa kanila. Inamat ako ang inistorba mo, kaya naman pala nila po. And for tonight guys, welcome to our show, which is the pioneer episode of the Pakyu Show, which will be done, will be held every Saturday at 9 p.m. Philippine time, and where we will have a very, very special guest on each episode. Again, that's every Saturday at 9 p.m., which is this would be the first episode of this. And of course, without further ado guys, let me announce na meron tayong special guest for tonight. And napaka-intriguing nito kasi tiyempohan talaga na siya yung nagiging magiging guest. And thank you so much for acknowledging this concept. So before we would introduce to you kung sino ito, panoorin nyo ang VTR na ito.
Blah 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 blah. You know, hindi lahat ng mga naririnig nyo is totoo sa internet. Hindi lahat ng mga mag-edit. So, sinabi niya na this is how she does it, and ano yung tip niya to the others, whether na kung sabi yung YouTube okay lang, we can let it slide kasi wala man Tagalog yun. Sapat yung palaki ni na internet. Hindi lahat ng mababasa niyo sa internet is totoo. So it takes one's assertiveness to be educated, no. Depende rin kung saan niya nakukuha yung education na yun. So kung ikaw if you're doing something like this na you're trying to inform na in regarding naman dun sa kanyang imagery, yes, yung sinabi ni Sir Sai, ni Miss Explore, and ni Paps.
Okay. So obviously, kilala natin ang taong ko, yung nakakilala niyo naman ko. So, yes indeed, without further ado, let's all welcome our very own George!
Oh my God. Does that guy ever shut up? Yung sa VTR na yun? Kuda lang, kuda.
That's what people love you here on this. Like specifically, doon ka nakatapak sa kanila nung pag-start mo na maging regular judge sa natin, sa vlog It and Win It natin, which was done every month. And a lot of them are actually like wishing na hindi ka mawala doon sa mga judges of panels natin. Kasi nga, that's one of the unique characteristics na meron ka eh. And that's the entertaining factor of you. And before we proceed pa lang, kumusta ka naman ngayon, Jo? Kumusta yung mga natin sitwasyon mo? Ano nangyari sa inyo?
Um, sa lahat ng araw na kailangan ko mag-factory reset ng aking laptop, ngayon ko pa talaga ginawa. Kaya sorry, medyo late kami. So, so the bare minimum lang ang in-install ko. Camera, lahat-lahat. Kasi hindi pa lahat ng dapat kong install naka-install.
So,
Hinabol ko lang kasi dahil dito dahil sa guesting na to. Kaya tinanong kita kung tuloy tayo ngayon. Oh shit.
Okay, hindi
Just
ko
a
naman
bare
sinabi
minimum
sa-
lang ngayon.
Ganun pala yung nangyari. So totally wiped out yung program mo. Nag-install ka lang ng mga basic necessities dito.
The basic
Okay.
lang.
What the fuck?
Kaya tagalan. Kasi although ano naman ako, it's my 3 out of 4. 4 days kasi ako na off. This is my 3rd day, then off ako bukas. Kaya okay lang. Sabi ko, gawin na natin to habang may time pa na pwede ako mag-guest exercise pro. And tama ba ako? This is the first inaugural ng Pakyu Show. Ano yung mga nakaraan?
Iba yun, yung Team Pakyu Saturday Talk Show yun. Ito, the Pakyu Show talaga to.
As in, officially, this is official. Alright.
You're a pioneer,
Oh my God. Wow. Thank you for having me.
Okay.
Hi, guys.
So this is what will happen here. We will be throwing out series of questions, and this is by segments. Now, the questions may be like offensive. It could be like personal, private. It could be intimidating, or it could be like as light as you are more than willing to answer. The twist here on this program is pwede mong hindi sagutin, pwede kang magsinungaling, or pwede kang gumawa-gawa ng gimmick dyan. What's most important part here is paano mo i-handle ang bawat question. It's no longer about how what's the answer, what you have answered. It's how you handle the question, kasi dito tayo magi-gauge ng mga tao kung paano ka nagre-react. Alright? So, let's go ahead and proceed with the first segment. And ang tinatawag nating segment na ito Fact New.
How very clever.
Alright.
Love
So, we will be throwing out some questions about you. So yeah, fact you. And this would be the first tanong sa'yo.
Right.
Okay? Where are you currently located? At paano ka naman napadpad diyang hayop ka?
Right. Okay. Simple enough. Okay. First of all, guys, thank you guys for having me here. This is the first official show ng the Pakyu Show, and I hope na masagot ko yung mga tanong ninyo, and I hope di kayo mabore sa mga sagot ko. I'm currently nakatira ko dito sa Sydney, Australia, sa New South Wales, Australia. Started 2017. And paano ako napadpad dito? It was never really planned na lumipat kami dito sa Australia. When we were still working sa PGH, yeah, I mean, as a nurse, eventually kailangan din nating lumipad. But I was already comfortable enough working sa PGH for over 10 years na parang inisip ko, mukhang okay na ako dito. And then, merong mga konting may mga konting naging problema by the end of my 9th, my 10th year. Dun sa amin kasi yung supervisor namin, ayaw niya ng office romance. And my wife, my girlfriend at the time, hindi namin sinasabi, not really cut, but di namin masyadong pinagkakalat na kami. Alam nila na kami, right? But it took our supervisor 5 years before nalaman niya. And nung nalaman niya na mag-on kami, we were working at the same area at the time. Sabi niya, binigyan kami ng ultimatum. Either ako ang aalis or siya ang aalis.
Okay.
And And yung yung asawa ko, well, yung girlfriend ko at the time, na asawa ko na ngayon, she was working in the in the ICU, and I was promoted enough na maging isa sa mga assistant managers ng ICU. So 2 years okay pa, alam ng ICU na kami, hindi alam ng supervisor, then nalaman na lang niya. And bagong salpak lang ako sa ICU. So inisip ko, why not ako na lang alis? And bumalik na lang ako sa dati ko, bumalik na lang ako sa ward uli. And we talked about it, sabi ko, kung magiging issue lang naman din to, kaya umalis na lang tayo. Now would be the best time to do it. If the upper management will be the thing na magpapahirap sa buhay natin sa PGH, might as well let's just call it quits right now. So we checked all of the countries that would have us. So nag-check kami sa US, Canada, Saudi, and then Australia, and then eventually Australia ang naging ang pinaka tumama sa banga. And yep, after all of the hardships that took, nandito kami ngayon sa Sydney for almost 3 years now. 2 years na lang, we can apply for our citizenship.
Ano na yung status niyo dyan ngayon as a citizen? Like resident?
Permanent resident. Ang maganda sa Australia kasi pwede ka muna pumunta rito by temporary working visa. Mm-hmm. This was at the time na uso pa ang working visa. Every year kasi nagbabago rito sa Australia in regarding with their immigration. So pumunta muna kami rito by working visa, and then after a year, nag-apply na kami ng permanent residency. And so far, kung hindi pa nagbabago ang system ngayon, kapag 5 years ka na ng resident, you can apply for your citizenship.
Alright. Was it hard na nag-decide kayo na both talaga kayo umalis sa company na yun? Kasi it's better to secure something, di ba? Like permanent.
Regardless kung ano yung naririnig yung sahod ng isang nurse sa Pilipinas, guys, ang PGH pa rin ang pinakamalaki. Kasi ang PGH, not only na government sanctioned din sila, pag-aari din sila ng UP. So, kung ang gobyerno ng Pinas merong sinabing bonus, makakuha kami. Kapag sinabi ng UP na merong bonus, meron din kami. Hindi katulad ng ibang hospital na government-owned na gobyerno lang sila aasa. Kami, meron pa rin kaming UP na meron pa rin kaming nakukuha sa UP. So, meron pa rin kaming mga extra bonuses. Kaya, at kahit paano, marangya kami. But eventually, dumating na rin sa point na mukhang magpapakasal din kami. It's not enough, no? Yung nakukuha namin sa PGH kasi we're still supporting our families din. So, in a way, win-win situation pa rin naman na looking back, hindi namin makukuha ang money na meron kami, ipon namin ngayon kung nandun pa rin kami sa PGH. Work.
I see. But you're planning to stay there for good in Australia?
It's hindi naman not necessarily magtatagal. Depende na lang kung anong ihip ng hangin, lalo na during ngayong pandemic na ngayon. Okay. Lalo na asawa ko, more family-oriented siya. We-miss niya ang pamilya niya. So, the current plan would be establishing somewhat of an investment here sa Australia, not necessarily here sa Sydney. And then, eventually, dun kami magre-retiro sa Pinas.
I see.
That's the tentative plan for now.
Alright, so at least may idea na tayo kung bakit, kung saan siya located ngayon, Sydney, Australia, and how the fuck did they get there. Alright, thank you so much for that, Joe. Now, let's proceed with another question here. Roll video. What is your educational background and current working position? Although na-mention mo na, pero let's be more specific on this.
Educational background. All right. Educational background, simpleng college degree lang ng nursing. Although ini-encourage ako ng asawa ko na mag-masteral, pero hindi kaya ng hindi na kaya ng brain power ko at tinatamad ako. Current work, yun nga, professional. So, 10 years as a registered nurse sa Philippine General Hospital, and then 3 years registered nurse dito ngayon sa Sydney. Sa PGH, nakarating ako as much as assistant nurse manager ang katumbas during my last 5 years sa PGH. And then dito sa Sydney, nasa although experienced na ako in a way, pero masaya na ako sa ground level, the more dito kasi the more higher position ka, mas maraming responsibility and mas mabibigat ang responsibility dito kumpara sa PGH, and konti lang ang dagdag sa sweldo, not really worth it.
Nung ka ba dyan, nung pa-transfer ka dyan sa Australia as a registered nurse, did you need to add some training or some special studies?
Right. Dito sa ito guys, dito sa Australia, it depende kung anong country kayo manggagaling at ano ang curriculum ninyo. So, lalo na sa Pilipinas, ang Australia kasi unfortunately hindi ina-acknowledge ng Australia ang curriculum ng Pilipinas, ang educational curriculum ng Pilipinas. Elementary, primary, secondary, and tertiary wise. Okay? So, nursing mas lalo. Dito kasi sa Australia, ever since K-12 kasi sila. And sa Pilipinas, kailan lang naging K-12 tayo? Few years lang. So at the time na dumating ako dito, 6 years primary, 4 years high school, and then 4 years 4 years college education. Under sa kanilang mata, hindi sufficient 'yun. Hindi 'yun enough for to work as a working Australian resident. So there's this program called, at the time, nung uso pa ito, merong sinatawag na iron program, immigrant, parang sa mga immigrants na gustong magtrabaho as nurses, you will undergo that program, sometimes 6 to 12 months, na parang OJT ang katumbas natin yun. So meron kang lectures for 3-6 months, and then magpa-practical ka sa isang hospital for 3-6 months din. And then once naipasa mo yun, pwede ka nang tanggapin ng Australia.
Nice.
Tanggap na nila yung credentials mo if you undergo that program.
Okay. Kasi it's parang qualifier nila sa iyo.
Their qualification, yes.
I see. All right. Medyo taking nga sa utak.
Although yung mga vocational like chef, mga mechanics, I think there's kasi sa nursing meron silang sariling vocational group for that. Sa mga other vocations like mga engineers, meron silang sariling meron din silang sariling grupo na kung saan if you're going to undergo the requirements, pwede ka pa rin sa Australia. Sa amin, meron kaming specific na group for that. Sinundan lang namin kung ano yung requirements, and then, ayun, as long as you undergo that, yung requirements nila, with the training, okay. For other vocations, iba-ibang requirements eh. So, hindi naman huli kung gusto nyo magtrabaho guys sa Australia, depends kung anong profession nyo, depends on anong vocation nyo, just go to the designated group that you fall under. Just follow the requirements that they're looking for. Eventually, makakapunta rin kayo sa Australia.
Okay. Right, so that's Grabe ang tough ng ano no, ng educational attainment nito kasi nga lang of course, human behavior, hindi natin masasabi talaga yung ano, yung alam mo yung kahit na may potential ka pa, if you feel like satisfied already on what you have, then there's no wrong on like kasi hindi naman habang doon tayo nag-study, di ba? So, you're already earning, we already have experiences, so why not make use of it? You know? Well, thank you. And let's proceed with the next question. Sino ikaw? Ang camera? Ano ang mga hobbies at trip mo sa buhay mo?
Right. Sa harap ng camera, may pagka-robotic daw yung audio mo, Sir Sai. Actually, kala ko lang nakakapansin. Alright. Sa harap ng camera, sinasabi ng asawa ko, ang persona ko daw, it depende daw kung sino ang kasama ko. May pagkahunyango daw ako. If kung kasama ko kung makasama ko puro babae, I will try my best to adapt to their conversation. Magpapakaano ako, magpapakalandi ako. Kasama ko mga lalaki, magpapakapuso ako. Kung kasama ko puro mga bulakbol, magpapakabulakbol ako. Kung kasama ko mga intellectual, magpapaka-intellectual ako. So there's it's really hard to tell kung ano talaga yung kung ano talaga yung kung ano talaga yung persona ko. So it all depends kung sino ang kaharap ko. Kaharap ko kayo, ito. Let's just say, harap ng camera, ito guys, no? Sa harap ng camera, kapag kasama ko si Sir Cypro, all you see is the judge ng okra, isa sa mga taga-okray sa channel ni Sir Sai. Serious daw ako kuno, right? But kung ilalagay niyo ako sa ibang live stream, iba rin ang pinoproject ko. So it all depends kung anong situation ako. I will adapt to it. Okay. Ano ako sa likod ng camera? Kung walang kumakausap sa akin, tahimik lang ako. Kasi hindi daw ako ang pansin sa akin, hindi daw ako marunong ngumiti. Although once na kinausap mo, diba? Lahat naman tayo kasi, meron taong ganun, yung talaga masayahin lang. Ako, napaka-apathetic ko lang daw. Tahimik lang daw ako. Although once na makuha mo yung timpla ko, once na makuha mo yung kiliti ko, once na makuha mo yung if you have something in common, doon yung marirealize na andaldal ko pala. And usually naman guys, yun naman talaga ang usual na technique sa mga taong feeling nyo napakaseryoso. Pero once you get to know them a little bit more, if you have something in common with that particular person, then you will realize, that person is not so bad.
So, one thing in nature sa'yo is you're good at blending in with different sorts of people.
As much as try to. Kasi guys, kung hindi kayo marunong mag-adapt, malamang medyo mahirapan din kayong Although there's this saying na always try to be yourself. And paano niyo masasabi na you yourself is ikaw na talaga 'yon? Whether you're with someone, with others, and then by yourself. 3 kinds of personality, guys. This is Psychology 101. Kung mag-isa ka lang, sino ka sa harap mo? Sino ka dun sa taong madalas mong kasama? And then yung pangatlo, sino ka sa mata ng iba? So there's three sides of yourself. So alin ka talaga doon? Hindi mo naman pwedeng sabihin na isang personality ka lang sa tatlong aspeto na yun. Not really. So just try to be yourself. How can I really be myself if I don't really know myself, di ba?
Sabagay. At least naintindihan mo kung anong gagawin mo in any situation. Pero Yeah, that's JRPG. And how about your hobbies or mga trip mo na mga ginagawa
Hobbies.
that are not being shown quite 3%
Um,
sa social media?
hobbies, I like to think of myself as a jack of all trades hangga't maaari.
Ba?
If ituro mo sa akin, kaya ko siyang gawin. Hindi ako ganun kagaling, but kaya ko lang.
Okay.
There's a difference, guys, no? Jack of all trades meaning you can do it, you can do everything, but not bad, but not good, but not bad at all, no? Nung bata ako, mas natuto ako mag-drawing. Up until grade school, hininto ko siya. And then I like singing. Naging part ako ng Glee Club namin, and I like to sing. Di ganun kagaling, guys. Remember, di ako kagaling, I just can, right? And then nung sumampa na ako ng college, napagtripan ko rin sumayaw.
Okay.
Not the best, kaya ko lang.
Okay.
and then nung natuto na ako mag-YouTube, I had to learn how to do editing. So, not the best, but I can. So, ano lang, parang halo-halo lang. Basta't ituro mo lang, basta't may magturo lang sa akin, kaya ko siyang gawin. Makakaya ko siyang gawin. Flexible ba?
Kumbaga, yan nga yung gustong sabihin ni Joe na jack of all trades, you are good on everything but mastered nothing.
Mastered nothing.
Masakit. Oh, yan yung masakit sa jack of all trades eh. Kumbaga, grabe to kahit saan nilagay, ang galing, pero wala siya naging profession dyan. So iba talaga yung pero at least that's one good factor about being so-called jack of all trades because you are flexible. You can, your learning curve is too short, yung too fast yung learning curve mo. So that's what's best about it. Pero ano talaga yung kinakahiligan mong hobby or mga
pinakahiligang hobby? Regardless ko anong point ng buhay ko, video games. Yun lang.
Okay.
Regardless anong point ng buhay ko, di nawala yun.
Alright. So that's Joe RPG, guys, in front and off cam. Alright. Now let's proceed with another question here. Nagsungit. Okay. Game. Sabi ng ating masteral degree of all trades. Wala na. Okay. So ngayon, we will proceed with the next segment of our program. Okay? And this segment will be handled by one of our very own, the dearest princess. Explore Sweet Escape.
No?
Ayan. Yes. Good evening, everyone. Good morning sa ibang lupalop din. And Jo, how are you?
Eto po, carry lang. Hindi naman kinakabahan. Sagot lang ng sagot.
Ko nga. Okay, but don't worry, my questions would be easy. I think it would be easy for you.
Okay lang po. Kahit hirapan nyo yan, may sagot tayo dyan.
Nga. Okay, so let's do this.
Wow, talagang kasama talaga yung Back to the Future team, ha? Sana hindi tayo
Yes, of course.
hindi tayo mahuli ni Lolo. Love that.
Hindi naman siguro. Ayan.
Shoutout
Alright,
kay
are you
Pap.
ready for the first question? Ready. Okay, let's flash the first question. Madali yata.
Si Paps yata gumawa ng ng ating video reels, mga roll in rollouts natin. Parang feeling ko lang. Kung siya nga. Alright. O, habang naghihintay tayo,
Alright, siguro baka nagkaroon ng technical difficulties.
ito.
But anyway,
Sabi ni Mayora Ipe, totoo ba yung bleach hair mo, Jo, o paandar lang? I've been bleaching my hair, Mayora Ipe, ever since I started working sa PGH. So, it took me a while to do this. So, ako lang talaga, practice lang until jack of all trades. I'm not the best to do this, but nakaya ko naman siya. Although, yung likod, minsan sa asawa ko na, yung asawa ko na nagkukulay sa akin. And then, kapag may sobra, ako naman nagkukulay sa kanya. So, pareho kami ng buhok ngayon.
Okay, so this would be a first question. What have I tolerated from people in the past that I no longer have space for it?
Mga na-tolerate ko sa mga tao na hindi na ngayon. Is it in general or sa YouTube lang or what?
In general.
In general. What is to say? Ako kasi if there's one thing, I'm not sure kung na matotolerate, but siguro kapag when people kapag merong nagko-correct sa akin, and ito guys, more lang to since hindi naman ako madalas pala socialize, no, so the only people who would usually correct me are those people who are working with me, no, sa trabaho. And kapag kino-correct nila ako ng pabalang, and this was the time na kasi kapag bago ka, no, kapag kino-correct ng mga senior mo, parang hayaan mo na lang, no. It's really bad na it's really a bad approach na bigla ka na lang sumagot ng pabalang, lalo na kung alam mong mali ka. Right? Kung talagang mali ka and then parang kinakatwira mo na tama ka, sumasagot ka pa. Parang for me hindi yun that's not a really good way to establish yourself to those people who are a little bit more experienced than you. And sa trabaho lang naman
Exactly,
to, no?
correct.
And
Tama.
and then nung tumatagal na ako, I'm not gonna say na I'm already good with my job, but I know well enough na to do those things properly. And kapag kino-correct pa rin naman nila ako guys, it's either I'm submissive or talagang assertive ako. There's no really in between. Kasi it's either tanggapin ko lang na pinapagalitan mo ako, or talagang switch na lalaban talaga ako. At kapag lumaban talaga ako, talagang lalaban ako. And I really cannot control myself if I push myself towards that, to push towards that. And kapag nandun ka sa situation, guys, madaling sabihin na kalma lang, but if you're already in that kind of situation na whether you fight for yourself dahil you just don't want to be embarrassed about what you did, or whether you're going to fight for yourself because what you think you did was right. There are times na what you think is morally right na taliwas sa standards ng establishment. And whether I've made a few decisions, there were lots of situations na I did the former and the latter. Looking back at it, medyo I tend to question what if ito yung naging decision ko. What if ito yung tinolerate ko? What if kung ito yung hindi ko tinolerate? you can only look back, maybe things would have turned out differently. So takes a lot of growth and maturity after all these years, so yun lang, no? So back to the question, things that you can tolerate, yun lang, kapag you're being told, okay yung pagsabihan ka, kung okay naman, kung pagsabihan ka ng talagang may merit. However, iba na yung pagsasabihan ka, yung talaga dinidimin ka. Yun guys yun guys yung ang wag na wag, no? Pwede ka na lang ipahiya, yes, but just keep it within the confines of what you did, not hindi yung dadagdagan nila ng flavors yung kutsa nila sa inyo, not because of what you look like, not because of your race, and not because of who you are. Yun ang wag yung
Alright,
if there's anything wrong, yun ang wag yung tolerate.
sorry.
Yep. Yun po.
So you talked about patience a while back. Ano yung difference? Gaano kahaba yung patience mo between kung ikukumpara mo ang personal life mo with your family, with your friends, sa work? Alin ang mas mahabang pasensya mo doon? Sa work or sa
Definitely
personal
sa work.
life mo?
So work.
Sa work.
Kasi guys, ang nursing, all walks of life yan. May mabait, may salbahe, may atribida, may entitled. So ito yung good aspect ko siguro dahil may pagkahunyangong ako. I can adapt to anyone, to anything, to anywhere. Kapag dahil ako yung tipong taong I'll try to make sure that I'm getting to your good side. Subconsciously ganun ako, no? Na hindi ko basta-basta babarahin yung taong suplado o yung salbahe. So mas mahabang pasensya ko kapag nasa work ako. Kasi syempre, andun ng mga tao eh. Hindi mo makilalaman ngayon eh. So talagang kailangan mo silang pakibigayan. While kapag nasa bahay, while I'm with my wife, I already know kung ano siya. She already knows who I am. Wala nang masyadong doon. Wala nang masyadong pagkakaila doon. So, if kung ngayon pa lang, over 10 years of our relationship, kung talagang there's a few things na hindi na talaga niya ma-tolerate, hindi na talaga niya ma-take, malamang iniwan na niya ako. Right?
Okay, yeah. Yeah. And by the way, about paano mo hinahandle yung pressure sa'yo pag talagang naubusan ka na ng pasensya sa work? How do you react? What is your comfort zone?
Pasensya.
Mm-hmm.
Well, kung sa work lang naman din, you cannot really show it. Like you're projecting your frustrations to something. I will just sigh in exasperation. Yung talagang, yung mapapagano ka na lang. But hindi ako yung super magdadabog.
Nagigilip.
Magano lang ako. I'm siguro, and siguro my wife can probably attest to this more than I can. May pagka-passive-aggressive ako. And ano yung gusto niyo guys? Yung passive-aggressive, yung parang alam mong galit siya pero hindi lang niya masyadong pinapahalata sa'yo, or yung talagang aggressive, talagang magdadabog, talagang sisigaw, mambubuntal. Anong gusto niyo? Yung active-aggressive or yung passive-aggressive? I'm more of the passive-aggressive type. Kapag talagang buryo talaga ako doon sa tao na yon, I can be condescending, I can be sarcastic, I can be mean if I really wanted to be. But mga in sporadic doses lang, hindi yung isang one time big time. Unless talagang super talagang Talagang ano ako. There was this incident when I was still working in PGH na may nangutang sa akin, and long story short, ang daming gymnastics para lang iwasan ako. And then sumugod ako one time, inalam ko kung ano yung shift niya. And then sumugod ako dun sa mismong area. Talaga, talaga ang lakas ng boses ko. And guys, tingnan niyo malakas ang boses ko ngayon ha. Paano pa kaya kung talaga nagsumisigaw-sigaw ako? So, talagang naghurmentado talaga ako sa area na yon. And the next day, binayaran ako. Those were one of the rare occasions na talagang magagalit, talagang if you're going to push me, when push comes to shove, guys, when you push me way against the wall, and then parang ano lang yan parang permit yan to release the atomic bomb. There are a lot of mental permissions to go before ko ihalaw yung sarili ko na sumabog.
Well, almost all of the people dapat ganun nga dapat ang pagtrato sa mga ganyang sitwasyon. So, yeah. Okay, so let's have the next question. All right. What have I outgrown recently? What am I growing into?
Nag-gongo yata ba? Can I repeat that?
Sure. Okay. What have I outgrown recently?
Outgrown.
What am I growing into?
What have I outgrown?
Mm-hmm.
In general?
Yes, in general.
With the help of YouTube, and this is general, guys, one of the main reasons why kung bakit ako nag-YouTube para maalis yung social shyness ko, no? One of ang rationale ko kasi is if I'm going to let myself be a little bit more spontaneous or a little bit more out there kapag socialan wise, at least mas kaya ko makipag-usap sa tao sa paligid ko. Ibang usapan, guys, kapag Pilipinong kausap mo, guys. Madali silang pakiusapan. But no, yung sa Australia, mas maraming kultura. May hindi lang puti ang kasama nyo rito. There are other races, right? And kung ikaw yung taong mahiyain, malamang nandun ka lang sa isang sulok ng ward at nagtatrabaho lang, wala kang kinakausap, right? In any situation, kung ano man ang lugar na nandun ka, you really need to adapt, and it really helps my social shyness. Yung pagkikipag-usap ko sa inyo through the camera. Yes, guys, kahit sabihin natin camera lang ito, you can still see me. But although I cannot see you, you can still see me. No? The same principle lang din yun. Parang inisip ko na lang na I am talking to you at lahat kayo dyan, kayo nasa stage ako, at lahat kayo as audience na nanonood sa akin. That's basically the same thing. What if pa kaya kung meron akong kasama rito sa screen, right? So, mas nagagawa ako magsalita out loud. So if there's anything, through the help of social media, through the help of modern technology, medyo nawawala yung social shyness ko. And what I am growing into, it depends kung saan nyo ako titignan, really.
Can you give us like a situation?
A situation, sige. Let's just say dito sa social media na lang YouTube wise, I never really started my channel for the sake of ako lang talaga. And mas gusto ko pa yung mas gusto ko pa yung pinupush yung ibang tao rather than pushing myself. Case in point, dun sa show namin sa Wakalas Radio, Mas okay pa sa akin na yung mga kasama ko sa podcast na sila ang binibila ko rather than magpapaka prima donna ako at gusto ko parating nandun ako. I would rather have them do the show, let them do the show, take the helm, take the lead dun sa show na yun, and manonood lang ako, and titignan ko kung ano yung nagagawa nilang tama, ano yung kailangan nilang i-improve, and then we will talk about it afterwards. I'm parang mas nagiging mas on director, producer role ako rather than the actual actor. So, yun yung parang feeling ko na yun yung parang feeling ko na nagiging grown ako hindi na ako yung more on the front of the camera. I'm more on the backside of the camera na.
Do you do that because you also need time or space to think about the situation? Is it?
It's more of the longevity of it, no? If I am going to leave a certain legacy, palagay natin sa social media, no? I would like for something that would last for as much as it can. Dito ko nakuha yung idea ni Pops Nation in regarding with Wakalas Productions. Na we are going to do this. We're going to do a lot of shows that people would remember, and hoping na yung mga taong kinukuha natin would be trained enough through constant exposure para at least sila mismo hopingly na mapatagal nila yung mga shows, mapatagal nila yung kung ano man yung mga natutunan nila, pwede rin nilang ituro sa iba. Impasse. Kaya sabihin natin wala na kami sa actual show na yon, at least patuloy pa rin yung certain na programa na yon. Or at least similar shows like that. So ito yun yung isa sa mga intents and motives why I was inclined to be a part of Wakalas Productions in the first place. Isa lang yun.
So yeah, it's remarkable, kumbaga, diba? So kahit na halimbawa mawala ka, may isip ka pa rin nila because you did a remarkable point on that production or on that situation as well. So, galing ng sagot niya, grabe. Okay, let's have another question.
Napakaseryoso guys
Alright.
no? Wala kayong makukuha ang humor sa akin, sa totoo lang.
Okay, for our next question, what is the most fun? Okay, what is the most fun I can remember having recently? What was I doing? Who was I with?
What was the most fun? Hinahanap ko yung footage na yun na ginawa namin. Ibibida ko ulit ang Wakalas dito. One of the most fun that I can probably think of yung yung Isumbong Mo Kay Tulfo segment namin na ginawa namin like 2 years ago na yata. So there was this segment na nirereklamo yung boyfriend dahil daw parang tinakbo niya yung pera ng girlfriend, and then sinumbong kay Tulfo. So we did a skit, right? And ako yung boyfriend. And then the twist was yung boyfriend Jodette. So in that segment, boses lang yung naririnig sa akin. And then when the camera was revealed, naka-all drag ako nun. Really, like dress, boa, lipstick, long hair wig, and everything, no? And during the and that was live. And while we were recording it live, biglang lumabas yung asawa ko, nakita ko. And then imbes na pagalitan niya ako, tinulungan niya pa akong magano. Sinabi ko lang para ano yung ginagawa mo? Wala, bla 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 kasi ganito. Okay. Tinulungan niya pa akong ayusin yung sarili ko. I'm trying to look for the footage. Kasi hindi ko kasi alam if the conversation will lead to that segment. So I'm not sure kung makukuha ko siya mahanap ko siya kagad. Alam ko sinave siya sa computer ko. Para makita nyo rin kagad no. Hopefully I can find that.
Next din natin.
Ayun.
But that is interesting, Joe.
It was the most fun, really.
Was that your first skit that you did under Wakalas production?
And the first skit, I think that was the first and the last that I can remember na ginawa namin na skit
so
nun.
Hindi na siya nagtuloy. I see. Okay, let's have another question. Ito. Mukhang interesting to kasi ako din interesado din ako malaman ng sagot ni Jot dito. Alright. Pero, kumusta ka na, Jot? Okay ka lang?
Go lang.
Still good?
Hinahanap ko yung video na yun.
Alright. So, next question. What have I been sensitive to lately?
What I have been sensitive to lately. Meron din naman. In general, sige, isang bagay. No? One of the few things that I'm sensitive about. One example would be how people are dealing with the pandemic. No. Iba kasi if you are people sa medical field, we are educated about the science behind the vaccine and the history of inoculation, on why it's important in fighting certain diseases, certain illnesses. Pinagdaanan namin yun, alam namin yun. And it's so nerve-wracking na may maririnig ang mga tao na that who would go against the science na all because ayaw lang nila dahil some sort of a conspiracy theory na it's either na this is what you're doing is number one against the will of God, or it's one of the things that you will be under control by the government, or number three, ayaw ko lang kasi takot ako sa karayom, guys. Right? And maraming ang dami yan. I mean, you will hear lots of things It's my body, my choice.
Reasons.
Yeah. Sa medicine, we have this one of the commandments sa medicine. The patient or the person has the right to refuse treatment. Right? If although if that particular person is in sound mind and have proper judgment, autonomous, no, pwede sila mag-refuse ng treatment. And wearing the masks and being vaccinated, those are just although those are just one of the precautions to fight this thing, they can still refuse it, no? And okay lang yun na if that's your personal belief. What I'm sensitive about is you're going to impose that belief to someone else. No?
Like social media,
because,
right? Yeah.
Right? Parang if you're willing to put yourself in danger on what you believe in, that's fine. What we are sensitive about kami sa medical field you're putting others at risk just because you're going against the grain on what is supposedly something that would at least make things better, no? And there are a lot of literature, lots of histories na marami na humankind have evolved with modern medicine Merong mga disease na hindi nila naririnig ngayon. All because they discovered the proper treatment, the proper cure, the proper vaccines for those diseases. Hindi nila siya naririnig ngayon. And it is so very frustrating and disappointing na despite the science of everything, ayaw pa rin nilang maniwala. So, and then makikita mo kami ang nahihirapan. Mga nurses ang mga nahihirapan, mga doktor ang nahihirapan. Dumadagdag ang mga kaso. Merong super spreader event. Hindi nakamask. Ayaw magpabakuna. And then magagather sila. Kilos protesta. 2 weeks later, pupunta ng ER, pupunta ng ospital. Di ba ikaw yung nakita ko na sa TV? na aayaw-ayaw ka tapos pupunta ka ng ospital. Naghihingalo ka ngayon dito, you're begging to be treated. Parang ano yun, guys, no? And syempre, we cannot really morally, professionally, we cannot really say no to those people who are in need of treatment din. Yun nga lang, it's parang in a way it's a pseudo one-way street din. When you're dealing with people na talagang ayaw, pero once na nandyan na, hindi nakakagulat na mag-180 sila. Maaga na.
Pag minsan di kasi natin
There's
maiwasan
isa lang yun.
yung
I'm more sensitive about those people. Because they're dumb.
So, but how do you handle it? How do you handle it if kapag halimbawa nakikita mo tong taong to, let's say laging nasa welga, you could say that anti-vaccine siya, and then lumapit sa'yo para sa iyong help, but still he's trying to say na hindi pa rin siya nagano ng vaccine, ayaw niya na magpa-vaccine. How do you handle that? Pero gusto niya ano siya?
Mahirap. Ito yun, guys, no? Madali ang makipag-usap sa isang tao na marunong makinig sa isang argument, no? Between two people, you can have a civilized civilized disagreement between each other if you are willing to take consideration kung ano yung points nila, no? Sa mga pro-vaxxers like myself, sa pro-treatment, I can present with the science, right? And then the anti-establishment would present their case naman on why this is not recommended. So, ang sasabihin nila sa akin, what? The possible things that they can probably say is naniniwala kayo sa study na yan. So, why not hindi kayo makikinig sa study na to? Kasi they are, dahil there's no reason for them to say otherwise, di ba? I mean, kung lahat ng clinical studies na we have so far is talagang ineffective, then who knows kung nasan ang mundo, who knows kung anong klaseng mundo ang meron tayo ngayon. Versus, tatanungin ko, sige, ano naman yung science behind your treatment? Behind your reasoning. And if they kung wala rin naman din silang masasabi sa akin na something grounded in reality, mahirap din na paniwalaan din yung point nila. like for example drinking bleach, getting injected with sunlight. Yeah, guys, totoong yun. They considered those alternative treatment because there was this dumb motherfucker at the presidential White House, the former president, because he thinks he knows better than his actual doctors. Sinabi niya sa TV na ito ang treatment, and then naniwala naman yung mga kulto niya. To the point na nakaka-receive kami ng mga tawag na pwede po pa ang bleach na na panggamot po sa COVID, and then no.
Hindi ko alam
So,
kung
it's ayaw mo namang din insultuhin yung ano nila, ayaw mo naman insultihin yung intelihente nila. But sometimes you really need to drive a point na these kinds of misconceptions are not real. Same thing lang din guys sa YouTube, no? Na nandyan na nga ang frequently asked questions. Nandyan na nga ang user manual ni YouTube. Basahin nyo na lang. Pero why marami pa rin gumagawa ng taliwas? Either merong mga taong hindi naman daw kasi nahuhuli kaya ibig sabihin tama, or merong mga matatagal na gumagamit ng YouTube and then ito ang sinasabi nila sa mga bago, sa mga newbies, or nangyayari na lang kasi na-champuan sila ni Lolo. And then alam magtatanong bakit po, and then tatakbo kay Sir Cypro, Sir, bakit ganito? Bakit ganyan? O sige, tignan natin ang user manual ni YouTube, ha? Ito. Kaya every once, twice a week, parating pare-pareho yung topic ni Sir Cypro sa kanya tutorial niya. Kasi people keep asking the same questions. No? Kasi
kaya
mas
kailangan din magbasa.
Kailangan din magbasa. And sometimes guys, meron mga tao na mas natututo sila kapag sinasabihan sila, not because they're doing their own research. Mas nakikinig ang mga tao kapag merong talagang nagbumuboka talaga sila, no? Merong mga taong natututo ng ganun. Na kapag sinabihan mo sila, doon lang nila din ma-realize sa sarili nila. Okay, ito pala dapat kong gawin. Versus na ikaw mismo ang pagbabasa doon and intindihin mo. Ay, English eh. Puta. Guys, huwag kayong matakot sa English language, okay? The mere fact na gumagamit kayo ng cellphone, the mere fact na gumagamit kayo ng laptop, the mere fact na gumagamit kayo rito sa YouTube, that means nakakaintindi kayo ng English. Ang ayoko lang is yung sinasabi na nosebleed kayo. Why? Ayaw nyo lang magsalita in English pero nakakaintindi kayo. Huwag kayong tamad. I'm sensitive about those kinds of people. So unless nakikita ko yung literal na nagdudugo mga ilong ninyo, ayoko makakarinig ng nosebleed, okay?
Mga walk-out, ganyan. Walk-out English kasi. Ayan. But, yes guys, actually, ito yung sabi ni Sir Joe. Take time to read something else about what would be the solution on your problem before asking. Sabi nga ni Sir Sai, pagiging bobo, sometimes it's a choice. So, there. Okay, so let's have another question. Ayan.
Ito nga si MC Calibi na nasa Italy eh. Tingin nyo, saan tayo mas duduguin? Sa English or sa Italian? No, MC ah.
So for me, it's
Baka
Italian.
pa. Naririnig ko mag-Italian tong si MC sa merong mga live stream na naglalakad siya, di ba? Sa kalsada, and then meron kinakausap na Italiano. Ay, puta nga na. Italian, mas hindi ba kayo mas di ba kayo mas nakaka-nosebleed 'yon? Malay ko ba kung nag-Iilocano to?
Oo, 'di ba?
'Di ba?
Pero English
At least
dapat normal na 'yan.
Englishin ko kayo, mas maintindihan niyo pa, minumura ko kayo in English, pero murahin niyo ko ba in Italian? Malay ko. Malay natin, 'di ba?
Nakangiti ka lang, joke.
Nakangiti lang tayo, wala tayo ng
nakangiti ka. Nga. Ayun. Okay, let's have the next question. All right.
Oh, ito pa si Zapji.
Last question.
Zapji, Japanese.
Sige, dali.
Si Zapji, Japanese yan. Guys, tingin nyo, saan tayo mas duduguin? Sa Japanese or sa English? Charot. Continue po.
Okay. Yes, and this would be my last question for you, Jo. And when was the last time I remember being mean to someone? Why did I act this way?
Sa channel Okrayan po ni
Ano
Sir
ba?
Cypro.
I was expecting that.
Being mean. Alright. Sa Vlog It and Win It Judgment Night. Tsaka sa channel Okrayan po ni Sir Cypro. Dito ko lang nalalabas yung pagka-mean spirit ko. Okay. Guys, iba yung eto guys there's mean and there's bad and there's evil. Okay? Mean would be me sa judgment night na talagang sinasabi ko lang talaga sa inyo what's my in a brutally fashion kuno no kung ano talaga yung reaction ko sa videos ninyo. Bad would be me stealing something from a patient. Like tulog ang pasyente ko, then magnanakaw ako ng pera sa or alahas sa kwarto nila. No, that's bad. Evil would be me na talagang people na naka-life support and then for some reason gusto ko lang tanggalin yung mga saksakan ng mga life support machines nila kasi gusto ko lang. No? So there's mean, there's bad, there's evil. No? Dun, yung bad and evil, wala ako doon. I can only be mean. Pero yung I'm only being mean just to be kind. Alam niyo yung expression na yun, guys. I'm being mean to be kind. I'm being mean kasi, especially sa Okrayan and sa Judgment Nights kasi I always believe on the principle na kung wala magsasabi sa inyo ng mali, iisipin nyo ang ginagawa nyo is tama. No? So, I might as well hear it straight up from a third party person rather than I'm hearing all the good stuff coming from my friends, coming from my acquaintances because they don't want to hurt my feelings. Right? Lalo na sa YouTube, vlogging, guys, right? They will say maganda. But tanungin nyo ang third party person, yung talagang hindi kayo kilala, they will pretty much say out front honestly kung ano talagang problema sa ginagawa ninyo. Right? Same with my trabaho, no? Sa tingin ng asawa ko tama ginagawa ko. Tingin ko tama ginagawa ko. Sa mga colleagues ko might not have a different reaction. Sa mismong pasyente ko might have a different reaction. Right? So, ano yung guys, no? So, the last time, let's give an example, no? Just for the question. When was the last time na I was being mean? Ang dami. Kung gagawin ko lang example ang Vlog It and Win It, no? Ni Sir Cypro. When was the last time talaga naging mean talaga ako? Ang dami. Siguro nung
Pagulan nung nag-start ba yung show?
There was this out of all na nakita natin sa Vlog It and Win It so far. Ibibida ko ba siya dito? Mean ba tawag ko dito? Yung entry ni Off Day regarding the copper mask.
Yeah, the copper mask.
The copper mask, remember that? And then there were a few na sinabi ko na what's the science behind the copper mask? And then bigla siyang sumagot. Hindi niya ba narinig na antibacterial nga? And then I said, "Oh nga, antibacterial, pero paano?"
Well, for me, it's not being...
I have to look it up.
It's just like educating.
And then, I have to look it up, yung copper mask. Hinahanap ko kung paano siya naging antibacterial. Yun ang hinahanap ko. Hindi mo sinabi. Yun lang yun. I mean, I called him out on... I called him out basically kung ano yung ano niya. kung ano yung kulang dun sa ano niya, sa video na yun, na feeling ko na dapat na nandun. Yeah. So, isa lang yun, no, na I'm not sure if that's if you guys would even consider if you guys would even consider at that as mean, no. Siguro yung approach ko, it's kind of mean, but I'm not sure. It all depends on
Well, for me,
interpretation.
sa akin naman, yung impact naman nun, dun sa ni Sergio, on the Black It and Win It, it's not being mean, it's just educating each and everyone na pinapaano niya sa atin kung saan nga ba, paano naging antibacterial yun. So, yun. It's a matter of educating us best. Ayun. So, again, Sergio, maraming salamat sa time mo for being with Team Pakyu Show. And of course, guys, thank you very much. I want to thank myself for it. Bye, guys!
Thank you rin po kay
Back
Mr.
to
Score.
you,
Thank you
Sir
po.
Cypro. No problem.
All right, ito tayo sa boss. Meron pa tayong another segment here, and this will be the last portion of our segments or series of questions being taught here. And by the way, before we proceed with this, thank you so much, Explore Sweet Escape, for dealing with the most sensitive questions for Joe RPG here for the Back to the Future. And we will be talking about what we called the Buhay YouTuber.
Nako.
Okay. Yan. So, obviously, most of the questions that we'll be throwing out, that we will be throwing out here is more about your life in YouTube. So, the first part of here, the first part of it is, what is YouTube to you in your own perception, and what makes you decide, or what convinced you to become a YouTuber?
All right. What YouTube supposed to be to me, no? It's a platform where you can show your creativity through the magic of cinema. Kahit sabihin natin whether it's amateur or professional, no? It shows your talent and your interests, and you're willing to share it to the rest of the world for those who are willing to see, to those who are willing to pay interest in you, or it's just something you're just putting it out there just to leave a lasting legacy that you existed. A lot of times, ang mga tao they just go through their lives day in day out, and then they have nothing else to show for it. And YouTube is a good platform, it's a good outlet just for you to just to put those pieces, moments in your life na yep, you were here doing a particular thing in a particular place in a particular time of your life. That's YouTube to me.
All right. And about the follow up, what decided? What makes you
decided?
decide to continue on?
What decided in YouTube, YouTube na nakita ko na to back in nung medyo bata-bata pa siya, guys, back in way in 2006. This was the time na usap na, I'm not sure kung siguro yung iba rito na medyo matatanda na, yung panahon pa ng Chocolate Rain. Nung panahon na it's not Britney's fault videos na yun. Napaka-obscure reference na yun, guys. Kung alam niyo yun, ibig sabihin Kasi tandaan nyo na ako pagdating sa YouTube. And at the time, nung hindi pa uso, nung hindi pa talamak ang vlogging, hindi pa talamak ang live streaming, masaya lang siya na nanonood lang ako ng mga videos. And I created my channel back in 2014, 2016. Only because meron kasi ako mga files. I have this video files nung mga dance contest namin, yung mga events sa PGH. And wala akong storage device. And guys, tandaan nyo, ito pa yung mga panahon na wala pa yung mga magagandang phone nun. So, ito yung mga panahon na mga simpleng USB lang gamit namin tsaka mga CDR, DVD-R. So, in-upload ko lang sa YouTube yung mga files na yun para lang masabing nandun siya, pwede kong balikan or pwede ko ipakita sa mga kasama ko na, oy guys, ito yung dance piece natin dati. Para lang for memorabilia lang.
Okay.
And then back in December 2017 nung nawala ako sa work ko dito sa Australia, I had to quit my job. Dun sa unang hospital na pinagtrabahoan ko, I had to quit. And then wala akong ginagawa ngayon sa bahay. So inisip ko, seryosohin ko na pag-YouTube. So I did a few vlogs, and the first five videos were all terrible. And guys, and this was already me na I've already watched a lot of videos na yon, and then in-apply ko lang sa sarili ko. So if you're going to look at it, it's not as bad as you would think, but to me, they are. Poor lighting, poor script, hindi pa ganun kaganda ang editing ko. Kasi since 2006, pa-level up na yung mga vlogs ng mga tao eh. Magaganda ang camera, magaganda ang editing, and nung tinatry kong maging seryoso sa pag-YouTube, so I did my studies in editing, working on the software, looking for the best software on how to do the basic editing, editing know-how. And on my first 5 vlogs, I was proud of them when they kung ano yung mga finished product nila at the time, but looking back at it now, they look so primitive, no? Kaya nga, it's very important, guys, na kapag sa YouTube, wag yung alisin yung yung mga unang gawa ninyo. Why? Kasi if you are the kind of YouTuber na you're trying to improve talaga, you're leveling up with your vlogging skills, and then you have something to look back na from here to here, ang layo na narating natin, no? So isa yun sa mga ina-advise namin sa inyo na dyan lang yan, kasi doon nyo marirealize na at least alam natin kung kung gaano tayo kabano noon kung ano yung alam natin ngayon, no? It's a never-ending process. Learning is a never-ending process, regardless kung ano pa yung ginagawa natin. So, yun.
Right. Do you have any inspiration, or nagkaroon ka ba ng inspiration dito to keep your attention or interest dito sa specifically YouTube? Because we have a lot of platform, diba? Social media.
Si Sir Cypro.
Okay.
In terms, guys, so seryoso. Maraming inspiration, no? It depends on where you're going to look at it. For me, aspects lang yan eh. In terms of YouTube education, Sir Cypro, Say My Name, then Manong Bluetooth. And this was the time nung
At least pangatlo si Manong Bluetooth, diba? At least pangatlo siya.
Kasi during the time nung nakilala ko si Say My Name, si Kim kasi siya talaga yung unang educator na nakilala ko. And then binibida niya si Sir Cypro. Tinignan ko yung channel niya. And then next na binida niya si Manong Bluetooth. Nakita ko din. And then I saw how different their approach were. So si Sir Cypro more on the actual education, mismong manual talaga ni YouTube, doon siya magfo-focus. Kim will just say on siya yung more on the quality of how you're supposed to do it. The philosophy of why you're doing YouTube in the first place. And Manong B would focus more on the financial side, on the financial the financial possibilities of YouTube. But sa tatlo na yon, sa kanila parang meron there are times na naghahalo-halo pa rin yung ano nila, yung the way they teach. And then there was also, although inactive na rin na siya ngayon, si Melvin Blue. Dati ano siya isa rin siya, si Sir Melvin Blue, para siyang pinaghalong Say My Name tsaka Cypro, no? In terms of creativity, andyan si Paps, si Corny, and then si Harvey the Mighty. In terms of creativity, no? More on the technical side si Paps. Yes. Ito nakikita natin audio and video manipulation. Very inspiring. Gagaling nila. It really takes a lot of time. Lots and lots of time, guys. Kasi nakababad lang talaga sila sa screen. Just to do a proper 5-minute reel, minsan tumatagalin na isang araw. Sa totoo lang. Kasi lalo na kapag perfectionist yung taong gumagawa, there's parang it's never good enough for them. I'm not saying Pops is a perfectionist, but alam niyo yung mga taong ganun, yung parang feeling nila na parang mas gaganda pa to, pero kapag pinakita mo na sa kliyente mo, ang ganda sa paningin nila, pero for them parang may kulang pa to. Yun yung mga taong ganun. In terms of showmanship, yeah, sina Harvey the Mighty kasi ang dami niya naisip ng mga segments. That's just the only, yun lang yun, kaysa sa Pinoy side lang yun. Wala pa tayo sa foreign influences.
Okay. Ang daming involved. Well, that's good because you've seen a lot of people and you've appreciated a lot. You know how to appreciate, which is more the most important recipe on our journey is you have to know how to appreciate others first before you will be able to apply something on your own thoughts or projects. All right, let's go ahead and jump to the question dito. Live streaming or vlogging, and why?
Whether lately or ano, mas madaling gawin talaga for me streaming, kasi once na nag-stream na ako, yun na yung content ko that's it. So I don't have to hindi na ako kailangan kong mag-ayos ng set, hindi na ako kailangan mag-ayos ng camera, hindi na ako kailangan mag-edit, hindi na ako kailangan maghanap ng additional files to come up with it. Hindi na ako kailangan hindi na ako kailangan mag-brainstorm on how I'm going to present it. Versus sa live stream na this, that, push live, then that's it.
Vlogging. Sa vlogging.
But I'm not saying na hindi rin magandang vlogging, guys. No? So vlogging naman, if there's one thing na the vlogging is meron mas advantageous versus streaming would be the replayability. no one will watch a 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour live stream kung wala namang kabuluhan yung yung pinaggagawa niyo doon, right? So unless you have something of value or something of interest for those who is going to those people who are going to watch you, there's no real point talaga na mag-stream ka, no? Ako, ito lang just because I'm saying that, not necessarily I'm not applying that to myself. I'm applying what I'm saying din, guys, when I'm live streaming. When I live stream my games, isa, dalawa lang nanonood sa akin. And that's fine because ang alam ko kasi kung sino ang target niche ko eh. I'm not expecting everyone to watch my shit. I'm not my games. Ang mga games ko mga luma din. So kung hindi niyo alam yung game na yon, ninyo ano nangyayari, 'di ba? Unless talagang tututukan niyo talaga yung laro ko. Kakausapin niyo ako habang naglalaro ako. And versus dun sa vlogging na if it's something timely, if it's something relevant, something current events, something na merong certain demographic involved on that kind of vlog, meron kayong makikitang return talaga. So at least sa vlogging ninyo, there's the mas magandang replayability versus streaming. So as far as pagiging, if you are going to talk about the creator's side of things, I would go, yes, mas madali ang streaming. However, if we are going to take the viewer's point of view, vlogging pa rin.
All right. But on your decision as of now, your target as of now, which one are you more comfortable?
I'm more of sa ngayon, I am more of a streamer rather than a vlogger. Kasi when I'm vlogging, kasi there's this mental planning that I have in mind na before ko siya i-upload sa YouTube. And guys, ang mahirap sa pag-judge ko dito sa Vlog It and Win It sa channel Okrayan, kapag ako na mismo ang hirap sa akin dahil pag ako na nag-post ng vlog ko, ako rin ang pinakakaaway ko. You know what I mean? Ang sarili natin ang pinakakaaway natin kasi parang feeling natin parang may mali dito unless ipapakita ko sa iba. Okay. Versus sa streaming na app, yun wala na. Keber.
So, mayroon talagang mga tao that are more comfortable on vlogging. Then there are people like us that we are more comfortable on streaming. It depends din kasi kung nakuha mo na yung targeted audience mo and nagkaroon ka na ng establishments dito. So, doon ka mag-stick. There are people kasi na pinipilit mag-live streaming pero hindi talaga bumabagay sa kanila. Hindi nagfi-fit according to the eyes of the audience or the followers. So if your channel is designed as a vlogger, mahihirapan ka mag-shift into live streamer. That goes as well vice versa. All right. So more into live streaming muna si Joe as of now, but you are more focusing on the gaming side, the retro gaming side as of the niche. Okay. And how about critics and bash? How do you handle them? Can you share something of your thoughts kung paano mo siya ginagawa?
There are a few. So meron akong mga nirelease. So I have meron akong nirelease na vlog noon. I'm reviewing a certain television. No, I'm reviewing it as a okay ba tong television na to for a PS4, a PlayStation 4 na TV. And at the time, hindi ko alam kung bakit ito ang ginawa kong approach. So nag-set ako ng dalawang camera, no? Dalawang camera na yung isa webcam, yung isa talagang camera as in. Tapos tinapat ko sa TV. Dahil gusto ko lang ipakita na yung how they look in front of in front of two kinds of camera. Ano yung visual clarity nila? Yun yung parang point na inaano ko doon na that I was going for. And I explained that din naman. And I explained that din sa video ko para at least alam din ng tao kung bakit ginagawa ko yun. And then I had a few criticisms na bakit ganun daw yung camera na ginamit ko. Kuno. And ano yung parang napakalimitado lang ng alam ko sa television na nire-review ko. And I'm like, well, sir, sinabi ko po sa actual video ko, hindi po ako television enthusiast. I'm just reviewing it as a casual consumer. I'm just reviewing this kung ano lang yung tingin ko, kung babagay talaga sa PS4. Kung ano yung ang opinion ko as a customer na binili lang ito. Wala akong technical know-how about it. I think I mentioned that in the video din. So I reiterated those points na hindi po ako talagang totoong TV reviewer. I'm just a casual consumer providing my opinions on this kind of television. And these are all the cameras that I had so far. So it may not have the best quality visual-wise, but I'm just trying to point out a comparison on how things would look like kung kayo ang nakatayo sa sala ko at tinitignan ko yung TV na yun personally. So, and that's how I usually, deal with those people. Kapag meron silang counter-argument, meron silang valid counter-argument, bigyan din natin ng counter-argument, no? I'm not saying na tama yung points nila, but I'm not saying din na I'm not going to defend my methodology on how I did it. In regards naman sa sa bashing, ito yung sasabi natin guys, no? Merong bashing at merong criticism. Magkaiba yun guys. Bashing would be just them saying negative things about you out of nowhere without proper context on why. Kung bakit yun ang sinabi nila na comment sa'yo. Criticism would just be them saying why. Right? And hindi pa ako naka-receive ng comment sa mga vlogs ko na talagang derogatory or offensive. No? Most of the time sasabihin lang nila this sucks because this. It's bad because that. Hanggang doon pa lang ako.
Okay.
hanggang doon pa lang tayo, guys. Diba? Wala pa tayo sa level na talagang garapala na. How I wish meron.
Pero what you were trying to explain about receiving critics were to explain further na hindi
To
mo
explain further.
O
ito guys, case in point. Remember nung pina-okray ni Zapg yung channel ko nung nakaraan lang. Na-feature to sa kay Sir Cypro. Yung unboxing ko, no? And then you guys were hounding me, si Calior din. Sabi, you're not really unboxing eh. Parang nag-unbox ka ng 2 seconds tapos kuda, pinakita mo lang yung game footage eh. No? And
sabi ko na mamalungkat niya to.
Right? And that's a valid point. Kasi kung titignan niyo naman talaga, hindi talaga ako nag-focus more on the unboxing because is it really unboxing or parang unwrapping, no? The unwrapping itself, because there's nothing exciting about a video game box. Yun lang yun eh. It's just a box. And it's just a box and the actual content, then that's it. No, I'm just point lang eh, no? So sabi ko, and then I explained din na for the casual viewer na manonood yon, and then they would take it as literally as possible na magfo-focus sa unboxing. Yes. And hindi talaga yun it's not really an ideal unboxing video, no. However, if you're going to if you are the kind of person na mahilig sa games, you would not really care about the unboxing itself. They would rather care about what's the actual gameplay.
Mhm.
No, they were the outside appearance of the box. Yes, nandun na yun. But if you're not going to provide any other context about the game itself, then they're not they're not going to be encouraged to buy the game themselves. So in a way, you are providing a non-official advertisement na rin dun sa dun sa particular game na yun. Kung pinili ni Sir Cypro yung talagang actual na unboxing ko, meron talaga ako totoong unboxing na ginawa. Kung yun ang pinili niya, maybe iba yung naging natin, iba yung naging conversation natin nung gabi yun. But what I'm just saying hindi nyo naman ako nakitang nagdabog nun. In-explain ko lang nag-explain lang ako on why I did it that way.
Alright.
Kasi, di ba?
Alright. Joe, here's the last thing that we would like to know. In your own way, or in your own definition, what is fame, or how do you define fame in your own way? And how important is this to you in terms of being in social media or in YouTube, or let's make it in general concept, kahit saang kang platform, basta in social media. What is fame to you, and how important is this? Kung importante.
Fame, my own definition of fame. Fame is something that people are recognizing you for something, that you're widely known for something, no, whether it's good or bad. And kahit sa anong larangan, merong people who are famous because of this. Ito guys, wag nyo iba ang famous sa rich, ha. Famous yung kilala ka ng mga tao in terms of whether it's personally or professionally. Riches, yun na yung liquidity mo, yung pera mo. Iba ang rich, iba ang famous, no? Don't confuse them with each other. Magkaiba po yun. Pwede kang maging famous kasi mayaman ka. Alright? Mayaman ka, dahil mayaman ka, kilala ka. Tagalogin natin. Right? Pwede kang maging famous kahit wala kang yaman. Right?
Because of something.
Because of something. For example, Kim Kardashian. Tingin nyo ba mayaman siya noon? Not really. Sumikat lang siya because of a sex video na na pumalat lang, kaya nagkaroon siya ng prestige. Sa totoo lang. So fame is something that you're just well recognized for, no? Dito sa social media, you're only as famous as how many people think you are, really, no? Within the community natin, itong si Sir Cypro, he's famous. So is Sir Jello, so as Manong B, and within the community, sige, pagpalagay natin, within sa circle dito natin sa Team Pakyu and sa Vlog and Win It, kung paratan nyo siyang nakikita, si Miss Sweet Escape, MC Kalima. There's there's a certain level of fame there kasi the more you put yourself out there, the more exposed you are doing a particular thing. Nakokondisyon kasi ang tao na okay, itong taong to mukhang alam niya ginagawa niya, mukhang alam niya yung sinasabi niya. I can pay respect to that. That's how we usually tend to give fame to a certain person, elevating them to a somewhat celebrity level na rin, no? So it all depends on how many people know you are.
And how about this, Joe? How do you really establish it within yourself? And how do you handle and establish this? Sa'yo mismo.
Sa akin, on my sa work ethic ko na lang siguro, no? I will never wala akong pleasing personality na may pagmumukha na ipagayabang sa inyo, guys. No? Wala akong katawan, na ipagmamalaki sa mga kababaihan. No? All I can offer you is kung ano lang yung nakikita niyo sa akin, no? So, how I establish that? Case in point na lang natin, if I'm doing my work, no, kapag as a nurse, hindi ako I never really like office politics.
Okay.
I'm more on merit. Kung paano kita nakikita magtrabaho, okay ka sa akin. That's how I usually do it. No? I am the type of nurse na hindi niyo ako makikitang nakatambay lang sa nurse station na walang ginagawa. Kung naka-duty ako at hindi niyo ako nakikita madalas, ibig sabihin may ginagawa ako, nasa pasyente ako. Never niyo ako makikita nakatambay lang. Kapag nakita niyo ako nakatambay sa nurse station, ibig sabihin tahimik ang mundo. Hindi busy ang ward. Pero kung hindi niyo ako nakikita madalas sa trabaho, ibig sabihin may ginagawa ako, no? In terms of YouTube, I can only establish myself kung ano yung binigay na trabaho sa akin. Dito kay Sir Cypro, if he wants me to judge, I will act as the judge. No? Pagdating sa same lang din sa guys, sa Wakalas, no? When Pops gives me a particular assignment, kahit sabihin natin hindi ko siya nagagawa, gagawin ko pa. Sineseryoso ko. Basically, guys, that's what I'm saying here. Sineseryoso ko yung task na binibigay sa akin. Kaya pagdating dito kay pagdating ko rito kay Sir Sai, when he wants me to play as the judge, I will play as the judge, no? I will talagang seseryosohin ko talaga yung trabaho na yun. Hindi ko kayo hindi yung nilagay lang ako dito for the sake of meron lang mag-judge. I will play as the judge that he wants. That you guys want.
Tama. I guess that's what makes you famous sa mga tao na ngayon eh. Because of you are really more particular of the specific role given to you. You are really doing the job. Yung original purpose talaga ng title na yan, like being a judge, you will judge. Parang ganun. So I guess this is what you really, or how you really handle fame. It generally like naturally implants to you from people unconsciously. Ngayon na natatandaan ka na, which is a good explanation naman, or a thought ng tungkol sa sa fame. Kasi yung iba hindi kayang i-explain to eh. Lastly, pagbibigyan ko to kasi gusto kong iano tong question ni Tony. Okay, maganda to eh. Question for Joe. How does Team Pakyu help you on growing your channel?
Growing my channel in particular?
Or let's say or how does being part of Team Pakyu help? Yeah.
Being a part of Team Pakyu. Sa channel ko in particular. ever since vlog ito, ibibida ko pa rin ng Vlog It and Win It, guys, no? Ever since Vlog It and Win It, I was able to get to know other people like si MC, Sir, si Miss Sweet Explorer, and then lately itong si Sir Tony, no? And then of course si Paps, si Paps kilala ko na noon pa. Manong B same, Sir Jello same. However, doon ko lang na-realize na we tend to perceive the videos differently, no? More differently than more than the similar. And na-apply ko siya sa channel ko kasi it kind of reminds me na shit na super I'm thinking I'm thinking way too much about the particular fan base na I'm alienating the general public din. So what does that mean, guys? Alam mo ito yung sasabi natin na yung niche versus not having a niche, na we tend to cater more on our niche kasi. But we need to realize then na we need some of the general public then to make us mainstream. Na at least give them something, at least try to give them something that they can still relate to, even if na you are talking more of the technical stuff on that particular niche. What would be the great example of this? Merong mga vloggers na ngayon na they adapted to this, no? Before they were pretty much talking to they were talking about the technical stuff nung kanilang niche, games in particular, no? Let's say example, may games. There's this YouTuber na wala siyang ginawa kundi puro the technical side lang ng games, no? From the gameplay, the blah 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 blah. But throughout the years na subaybay ko sa kanya, mas naging lax siya when he's vlogging. Parang nagiging na siya, the way he talks, parang ka lang. The way he talks to you, parang usap kalye lang. But maintain niya pa rin yung the technical side of yung niche niya. The way he talks to the audience, parang kausap niya lang not really mangmang, but kausap niya is parang taong makakaget ng humor niya. He uses dirty humor to talk to the audience, na even if hindi alam nung audience yung laro na sinasabi niya, they find him entertaining because the way he talks to the viewer in a entertaining way. Pero meron pa hindi pa rin niya ina-alienate din yung mismong gamers na alam din yung laro niya. And that is something that I'm still trying to figure out on how I'm going to do it. I can probably do it, but you really need to be consistent on your vlogging, no? Ito yung sasabi natin, guys, na if you're constantly updating your vlogging every time, you're going to grow your fan base, your niche, and kapag masyado yung seryoso yung games ninyo, then ang mga tao makakaintindi lang is mga seryosong gamers lang din. So how can you grow your fan base if you're just going to stick with your niche? So important din yung paano nyo ma-integrate yung mga casuals para at least nandun ka sa mapapa-mainstream ka. Na kahit ang casual viewer, kahit sabihin natin hindi ka famous dahil sa game mo, on how you do your reviews, you're going to be famous on how you're handling your casual viewers din. It's mahirap yun. It took them years how to do it. And sa mga katulad natin ng mga Pinoy, na madali tayong magsawa kapag feeling natin walang patutunguhan tong ginagawa natin. Yung wala tayong masyadong time, wala tayong masyadong asset on how to do this. Hindi natin ma-reach yung zenith na yun.
Alright. Nice, no, nicely explained for this. Um, Joe, thank you so much, Joe, for the for very like attentively answering those questions, series of questions on all our categories dito, and for being part of this pioneering episode of our the Pakyu Show, what we call it.
Yes.
So that's all of the those are all of the questions that we would like to throw out because we would like the public to know more about you, and what's most important here is not really those information that you have given us on each question, but it's how you react or how you handle those questions, wherein I believe a lot of people right now knows you more deeper or better
Hmm.
than before because they only see you whenever we do our judgment night on our vlog it and win it. And thank you so much talaga at pinaunlakan mo. Would you like to
No. Okay
promote
lang po.
something or announce something before we end or greet anybody?
Mm. All right. Um, guys, in dito sa YouTube in particular, I'd like to believe the idea na all of us here, no, amateur or professional wise, all of us are diamonds in the rough.
Mm.
And ang isang diamante ay hindi mo mahahasa kung hindi ka gagamit ng ibang diamante. Ang diamante kasi it's the hardest mineral on earth. And for you to make a dent para ma-scratch mo ang isang diamante, kailangan mo rin gumamit ng ibang diamante. Because yun lang yung tanging material na makakahulma sa isang diamante. What I'm explaining here. All of us are diamonds in the rough. And kailangan natin ng isa't isa para mahulma natin ang isa't isa. Kailangan natin ng isa't isa para mahulma natin ang isa't isa to improve one another, no? Why we're doing the judgment night? Because you guys are the diamonds in the rough. We are diamonds in the rough as well. So, kami ang mga diamante na humuhulma sa kapwa namin diamante. We're trying to make you better. We're trying to improve you guys, no? And at the same time, if we see your work na talagang maganda, kami na-inspire din. Through your work, we are being improved then in a way, no? Kaya nga, we are all diamonds in the rough, and a diamond can only scratch another diamond to make it better, to make it shine better, no? To help to create the perfect shape to help create the perfect shape that we want it to be. So, yun na yung maging closing remarks ko. But plug-wise, tuloy pa rin ang Wakalas Radio, guys, no? Unfortunately, Wakalas, I'm not sure if I'm in the right position to say this, no? But tuloy lang ang Wakalas Radio. Hayaan ko na kay Paps manggaling yung announcement. I think he hasn't really publicly announced it, no? But tuloy pa rin po ang show namin, The Timeless Gamer, our podcast po sa Wakalas Radio. Tuloy-tuloy po rin po yan. We usually do our shows every weekend. Simultaneously po na it's being broadcasted sa Facebook and sa YouTube. Most of our viewers ay nasa Facebook. And dahil wala ko masyadong kilala mga gamers dito sa YouTube. But we're still airing the show sa YouTube pa rin naman, sa channel po ng Wakalas Productions. So sa gusto pong makita po kung paano kami mag-podcast, ako po tsaka si Sir Mamuchu nandoon. Batiin ko lang din po si Shadow Kids si Shadow Kids Zone. Yan sa mga OG ng Wakalas, miss you, sir. Si Sir, of course, si Paps, alam ko nandyan lang yan. Si Mayora Ipe, na sumisilip-silip na alam ko nandyan lang din. Miss Mayora. Si Miss Mayora Ipe po, siya po ang webmaster ng aming sariling website na timelessgamer.wakalasproductions.com. Siya po ang webmaster namin. Yun guys, check out nyo lang po. Wakalas Radio, tignan nyo lang din po yan. Available po yan sa lahat ng major streaming platforms like Spotify and iTunes, no? Nandun po ang mga podcast po na under ng Wakalas, Wakalas Radio. Hindi lang po yung sa amin. Nandun din po yung mga shows ni Darren's Diary. Nandun din po yung tandem ni Paps tsaka ni Sir Cypro, yung kanilang trilogy na nandun din. Hindi na nasundan yun. Bakit?
Well, we're currently doing projects here in YouTube. So, but hindi yun yung last.
Hindi na natuloy ko kasi trilogy na lang talagang ginawa nyo nun eh. So, yun guys. That's all for me. And syempre, malapit na po yung tapos na pala ang deadline, no? So malapit na po ang September Vlog It and Win It Judgment Night. Nako. Kailan na yun? Tapos 'di ba? Hanggang 15 lang. Deadline na.
22
So, malapit na yun, guys. Next week na.
Yep.
So that's all for me, guys. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Joe RPG.
Kala ko di po kayo na-bore sa mga pinagkukuda-kuda ko.
I'll see you. Thank you so much, Joe RPG. And ayan, that's what we're on, Joe RPG. And thank you so much, everybody, na tumambay talaga dito at nakinig sa story na naman ang isang bigato natin ng mga nagiging guest dito sa program ito. And I really am thankful na andito kayo lahat na anong tawag dito? Tumambay talaga dito. Specifically, this is so special because this is a pioneer episode of what we call the Pakyu Show, which has a lot of improvements. And we have a lot of flaws right now because this is the first time that we tried to organize specific programs such as this. And thank you so much. And before we totally end this, guys, I would like to promote something here, which will be of course, I'm doing this every month, which is the Vlog It and Win It. All right. This is for the month of September. We still have an ongoing open for submission of entries. If you would like to submit your entries here, sa mga gusto sumali for the pandemic September. Ito yung team ko ngayon, Vlog It and Win It, tourist spots and ideas in a pandemic September. So pwede pa kayong humabol because the deadline of submission will be until the 22nd of September, which will be this coming Wednesday at 9 p.m., which will be one of my scheduled live streaming. So I will be formally closing the entry during the live streaming, and we'll start the judgment night. So how we will be doing the judgment night? It's obvious. We will be playing the each qualified entries on my live streaming, and we'll start criticizing the video after watching it. And of course, after we're done with criticizing all the video entries, we will start the votes, and that's the moment where you will have the chance to win prizes. If you win the first prize, you will receive 5,000 pesos, and the second placer will receive 3,500 pesos. Third placer will receive 2,000 pesos, and the fourth will receive 1,000 pesos, and the fifth placer will receive the tumataginting na consummation price of 500 pesos. Alright? Now, this is having a sponsorship coming from our very own Tony's Brain Work. So he has added additional 6,000 pesos for this. So that's why we've come up of adding the winning tiers here. So from 3 winning prizes, it became 5. So hinati ko to. So it's a total of 6 times 2. So that's 12,000 pesos kung kukwentahin nyo to lahat. Alright, and there are some potential additional prizes for the audience within the live chat during the live streaming. So magpapagames ako dyan. Depende based on the program. Now, how to join? How to join will be gagawa lang kayo ng vlog. Gagawa lang kayo ng vlog and we will have our mechanics on the like I will be posting it later on after this kasi parang hindi ko pa siya na-post formally doon sa community tab ko. But you'll just have to create a vlog minimum of 3 minutes, at least umabot ng 3 minutes kung pinakamaiksi na video mo, pasok yan. Maximum of 8 minutes and 59 seconds, wag ka lang umabot ng 9 minutes, pasok pa rin siya. Now, what's the video content all about? Ang vlog mo tells or talks about the the tourist spot or potential tourist places or tourist spot sa location nyo ba or any location na gusto mong puntahan, ikikwento mo yan sa vlog. You can also borrow clips. Now, you don't have to go out and do a travel vlogging para lang magawa to. You can also do this within your the premises of your house, like in indoor vlogging lang. All you have to do is just to choose some random clips na uploaded na, as long as you will do this properly to avoid copyright issues, and of course mas mabuting magpaalam kaysa kung kanino man ang galing to, just taking some clips out of it. Ang importante dito, nag-add kayo ng narration nyo, kwento. Yun yung hahanapin ng judges. Kwento nyo kung anong meron dito sa mga compiled clips na to, bakit mo kinompile to, anong meron, gusto mong puntahan to, or ito yung mga places na napuntahan mo na, kinikwento mo lang, or what not. Okay? Hindi kailangan na magpakita, hindi kailangan na magpakita. Basta evident ang voice mo, or you can also show yourself within the clips na, hey guys, welcome back to my channel, mga ganyan kayo. And then, upload it to your YouTube channel and send the link of that video to my Facebook page, which is Cypro Official. I'm not requiring anyone para mag-like and follow my page. All you have to do is just to go to the page and doon yung isi-send sa messenger or message box doon sa send mo sa akin doon sa Facebook page. Kasi kapag dito sa personal YouTube ko, personal Facebook account ko, natatambakan siya at some point ng kung ano-anong mga message. So nakakalimutan ko may entry pala kayo, mga ganyan. So it's best na doon natin i-send sa Facebook page ko para separate siya. Now, for those who would still like to catch up and join, may time pa tayo hanggang Wednesday ito. Alright? And you can also, nga pala, para hindi ko makalimutan na, pwede niyong i-upload sa channel niyo to with having the visibility into unlisted, or pwede niyong i-public. Pwede niyong i-public kung inline pa rin ito sa niche niyo, hindi siya nagiging harmful sa topic na ginagawa niyo, hindi siya nagiging disturbing sa mga audience niyo. Pero kapag if my activity here or my mechanics is not in line with your niche at makakadisturb to, kasi kapag nag-upload kayo, magkakaroon ng notification mga subscribers nyo, you can upload it via unlisted visibility. I-unlisted nyo lang. Basta wag nyo i-private kasi hindi ko siya makukuha. Hindi ko ma-view dito for judgment night. Okay? Unlisted or public, that would be better. Okay? So, it's free to join, no need for registration, fill a form, walang ganon. Just do the vlog, upload to your YouTube channel, then you inform me, ito yung link Cypro, ito yung bala kong isali sa ano. Ayan, so hopefully mananalo. At kapag nanalo, pwede niyong ilagay yung payment method, your details, so that diretso na kapag nanalo kayo. If you're confident, then go. You should be confident. So, pag nanalo, then send ko na kagad, di ko na kayo habulin para sa payment methods niyo. Alright? So that's the vlog it and win it. Hopefully lahat kayo marami pang makakasali. And thank you so much again guys for staying with this program up until this late. And I will see you again on the next the Pakyu Show on the next Saturday, which would be when will that be? Next Saturday is on the 25th of September. We will have a surprise guest na naman. Big time na naman to na guest natin dito, and we'll have some improvements on this program. Thank you so much everybody. Again, this is Cypro, always saying kung kaya ng iba, di ipagawa mo sa kanila. Tang ina bata ko, kaya naman pala nila, istorbo ka animal.